So Hasbro keeps on giving us release dates, but is any of this stuff actually showing up in your local store? Okay, so let's dive deeper into this topic. Of course, always, Hasbro is sending out release dates for new product. They're showing off new product. And you know what? I've marketed this video as more of a Transformers video, but this can obviously relate to G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, Star Wars if needed to be. But specifically in this video, we're going to talk about Transformers and how it's going. But first, if you do enjoy what we're doing on the channel, think about hitting that like button as well, hitting that subscribe button. We really do appreciate all the support from our loyal fans. Now, of course, one of the bigger things that Hasbro, the Transformer team specifically, did this year was they promised us that Devastator, all the pieces of Devastator, would be out in 2025. And they did that because people ran into issues when they were collecting Menasor the year before, and a lot of people out there still do not have a white breakdown to complete their Menasor. So you know what? Hasbro came out and said, hey, by the way, all these parts will be available in the single year and you'll be able to get them. Now of course the problem is that Hasbro can state a release date for some of these products, but is it getting to the shelves at your local store? And that seems to be the problem. Stay to the end and you'll find out about my own little journey, and maybe I had a little bit of a happy ending. We'll see how it goes. So this year, Hasbro, the Transformer team, they're working on not one, not two, maybe possibly 3 combiners. And you know what? Combiners are a hot commodity when it comes to the Transformers community. So we obviously got the Studio Series 86 Devastator, which all the parts are out in the wild now, but people are having some problems finding some of those legs and arms. We have Superion, Age of the Primes is out. All those pieces are out now as well. Those ones I find are a lot easier to find, the arms and the legs. Of course, the Silverbolt is sort of hard to find. He's almost come and gone, so some people aren't able to complete him. And then of course as well, we're currently working on Bruticus, where we only have Vortex out so far, and you know there'll be more coming in 2026. So it looks like Bruticus is gonna be split between the years of 25 and 26. Hopefully that works out for people. Hopefully they didn't miss out on Vortex when they see the cool figures coming out next year and they're like, hey, I wanna finish Bruticus. We'll see how it goes. As I browse through social media, I often see people posting screenshots, video of their local Walmart and their local Target, and there's like nothing on the shelves. And it's quite concerning that, you know, Hasbro is putting these products out, but they're actually not making it to your local store shelves. Where are they going? And a lot of times they do appear to just be lost in retailer warehouses and never making it to the store. Now, of course, a lot of people blame Hasbro for this, and I'm sure they have a bit of fault in this, but it does seem like the retailers have an issue of getting new stock to replace old stock on store shelves. Now, even online retailers can't fix their stuff at times. I know personally, Amazon has this big thing, and I found this out recently. Now, I'm not an expert in this, so somebody feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but my understanding is when you put a pre-order in for, just say, let's say Mixmaster Devastator Studio 86, you put a pre-order for Mixmaster. I had one for the longest while. It goes in and it's supposed to be assigned to the pre-order warehouse. Okay, so that's waiting for that to come in. Hey, that kid wants it, okay? But what happens is sometimes Mixmaster skips the pre-order warehouse and goes to the regular warehouse, and then shows up on the website and says, hey, you can order this and it'll ship in the next 24 hours. And I've seen this happen with Megatron, Studio Series 86 Megatron, Mixmaster, Scavenger, all these new ones for this year. And what happens is somebody just walks up and says, oh wow, okay, Mixmaster is available to send in the next 24 hours. Boom, buys it. Meanwhile, you're the person who's hardcore, you pre-ordered the day it went live, yours stays unfulfilled because it went to the wrong warehouse. They didn't drop any off at the pre-order warehouse. So this is a big issue because it's the loyal fans, the hardcore that pre-order stuff and want to secure it. We're kind of not, I mean, some people just don't pre-order things, but more casual people will just walk up and go, you know, I'm interested in this, I'm gonna buy it, and it ships to their house and they get it. I actually had the same thing happen with my Vortex. I literally pre-ordered the day it came out. I actually posted about this on Twitter, and it was available to ship in 12 hours because we have a big Amazon warehouse in our local area. And I was like, this is silly. Like, I've pre-ordered this like months ago and it's not shipping, but I can buy it right now. It's silly. I don't know what's happening there, but I don't know. I mean, they need to get their stuff together. And I think the problem with Walmart and Target is, I don't know how their individual stores are run, but it does appear that, you know, stuff possibly gets lost in the warehouse. I know Walmart has this thing where sometimes like they don't let new stock come in until the old stock is sold, so they don't want it clogging up their shelves. But I mean, this needs to change. I don't know if Hasbro needs to step in and kind of like say like, no guys, you need to get the new stock in. If you can't sell the old stock, like send it back to us or something, or I don't know. Also, I feel like Hasbro is kind of taking its own step, maybe not in the best direction, but sort of in a direction for sure. They, you know, years ago, they launched their Hasbro Pulse website, and, you know, you can get the Walmart, the Target exclusives in limited availability at these, at Hasbro Pulse, and you can order all your Transformers and G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and Marvel Legends from there. But I have noticed one thing. So by opening Hasbro Pulse, Hasbro has kind of eliminated the middleman of the retailers, Walmart, Target, your local stores, or whatever. But I do notice one thing often, that Hasbro Pulse orders often seem to be the last ones that are fulfilled. So you'll often see stuff end up at Walmart, end up at Target. People say like, hey, I got it today at Walmart and Target, but then Hasbro Pulse ships much later and people eventually get it. And the funny thing is, some of those people are even paying for Pulse Premium, so they're paying to be able to get these things. And I mean, you're often getting them last in the queue. It's kind of weird. Now, of course, I live in a bigger city and there's, you know, I think there's like 5 or 6 Walmarts around. So I do have an availability to check different ones. And you know what? For the most part, my local area is usually well stocked. Related to Walmart and Transformers, they have those new Cybertron exclusives, Sideways and Echelon. So they have those. Those things are clogging up the shelves here where I am locally. And this is the thing. Like, I'll have a full box of them in my Walmart, but then like you go to your Walmart and you might have like none or like 2 of them, right? So it's kind of weird how distribution ends up. I think the local stores order individually for their stores, so like they know, like they think they're going to sell something, they'll order more. I think this needs to be corrected, maybe a more regional order, and say instead of one store getting 20 and one store gets none, maybe each store gets like 4 to make sure it spreads it around. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think something, maybe Hasbro, the retailers, they need to get together and figure out what they're doing so more toys can get to store shelves. What I do recommend though, if you are having a hard time finding stuff locally, is, I know a lot of people aren't going to be happy with this recommendation, but I do recommend pre-ordering stuff. So if you got your core guys, you've got GameStop, Walmart, Target, Amazon, get your online pre-orders in. At least it's a placeholder. Maybe you put it there and, you know, hopefully it ships when it comes out, but at least it's something. The idea of going locally, store to store, trying to find these things is kind of an old school thing now, and it is very, very frustrating. So you know what? Get those online orders in, get that stuff at least secured, and hopefully it ships. I know a lot of people always complain that, say, Target, Walmart, Amazon will often cancel their orders. Me personally, I haven't had too much problems with that, but I mean, I do understand it does happen for weird reasons or whatever. But make sure you do have to be on the pulse, and not Hasbro Pulse, the pulse of the community. Make sure you order early. You know what? You can't necessarily, like, you don't want to be too far behind in the queue. So make sure you get your pre-orders in early when things go live. So pay attention to when like Hasbro has their little shows, their streams, and they will tell you when these things go live. You stock the websites for a couple of minutes. They go live, Target, Walmart, GameStop, Amazon, and then you secure them. So that's what I would recommend. It's always fun with the thrill of the hunt to go to your local stores, but it usually ends up in frustration. So a lot of people, like I said, probably probably won't be happy, but I do recommend getting your pre-orders in, getting it in, at least securing something. Now, of course, I teased the thumbnail. It has our buddy Devastator with no arms, no limbs. And you know what? I think there's a lot of Devastators out there in people's hands, and you know, they're missing a leg or they're missing an arm. And I have to be honest, I have two of the guys here, and I have Long Haul and Hook in a box. And you know what? I got lucky the other day, and Mixmaster showed up. So I mean, I'm just one away. Scavenger. I'm hoping I gotta get Scavenger to finish my Studio Series 86 Devastator. I'm having the same issues you are. Locally, it's hard to find something specific that you're looking for, and you know what? All the online retailers are already sold out of Scavenger, so I gotta wait it out, and hopefully something comes out. Now, like I recommended earlier, I do actually have a pre-order for Scavenger from Amazon, but it's got some weird ship date. Like, I don't know, it's like really like far in the future, so I don't know if it's ever gonna show up. It could get canceled. So I'm still on the hunt. I know I recommended to do online. I have that base covered, but I would like to find it sooner than later. Anyways, let me know in the comments, is your Walmart, your Target fully stocked, or is it like totally out of date? Like, do you not see Transformers or G.I. Joe or Marvel Legends in your area at all? You know what I mean? Let me know how your store is doing locally. Do you not like to order pre-orders online? Do you usually stay away with that and you want to do it locally? I'm just curious. Let's get some comments going in the comment section below. And you know what? While you're here, think about watching this other video right here. Thanks for watching.